Algirdas equals to Holger was a monarch of medieval Lithuania. He ruled the Lithuanians and Ruthenians from 1345 to 1377. With the help of his brother Kęstutis, he created an empire stretching from the present Baltic states to the Black Sea into within 50 miles of Moscow. Background: Algirdas was one of the 7 sons of head Prince Gediminas. Before his death in 1341, Gediminas divided his domain, leaving his youngest son Kęstutis in possession of the capital, Vilnius. With the aid of his brother Kęstutis, Algirdas drove out the incompetent Kęstutis and declared himself Grand Prince in 1345. He devoted the next 32 years to the development and expansion of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. 2 factors are thought to have contributed to this result: the political sagacity of Algirdas and the devotion of Kęstutis. The division of their dominions is illustrated by the fact that Algirdas appears almost exclusively in East Slavic sources, while Western chronicles primarily describe Kęstutis. Lithuania was surrounded by enemies. The Teutonic Order in the northwest and the Golden Horde in the southwest sought Lithuanian territory, while Poland to the west and Muscovy to the east were generally hostile competitors. Expansion of Lithuania. Algirdas held his own, also acquiring influence and territory at the expense of Muscovy and the Golden Horde and extending the borders of the Duchy of Lithuania to the Black Sea. His principal efforts were directed towards securing the Slavic lands which were part of the former Kievan Rus. Although Algirdas engineered the election of his son Andrew as Prince of Pskov and a powerful minority of Novgorod Republic citizens supported him against Muscovy, his rule in both commercial centers was precarious. Algirdas occupied the important principalities of Smolensk and Bryansk in western Russia, although his relationship with the Grand Dukes of Muscovy was generally friendly. He besieged Moscow in 1368 and 1370 during the Lithuanian-Muscovite War. An important feat by Algirdas was his victory over the Tatars in the Battle of Blue Waters at the Southern Bug in 1362, which resulted in the breakup of the Kipchaks and compelled the Khan to establish his headquarters in the Crimea. Religion and death. According to modern historians, for Gediminas and Algirdas, retention of paganism provided a useful diplomatic tool and weapon that allowed them to use promises of conversion as a means of preserving their power and independence. Hermann von Wartberg and Jan de Lugos described Algirdas as a pagan until his death in 1377. Contemporary Byzantine accounts support the Western sources. Patriarch Nilos described Algirdas as fire-worshipping prince, and another patriarch, Philotheos, excommunicated all Ruthenian noblemen who helped the impious Algirdas. His pagan beliefs were also mentioned in 14th-century Byzantine historian Nicephorus Gregoras' accounts. After his death, Algirdas was burned on a ceremonial pyre with 18 horses and many of his possessions in a forest near Maziagala, probably in the Kukavaritis forest shrine located at 54.92833 degrees north, 25.01778 degrees east, 54.92833, 25.01778. His alleged burial site has undergone archaeological research since 2009. Algirdas' descendants include the Trubetskoy, Czartoryski and Sangasko families. Although Algirdas was said to have ordered the death of Antony, John, and Eustathius of Vilnius, who were later glorified as martyrs of the Russian Orthodox Church, the 16th-century Bychowiec Chronicle and 17th-century Hustinska Chronicle maintain that he converted to Orthodox Christianity sometime before his marriage to Maria of Vitebsk in 1318. Several Orthodox churches were built in Vilnius during his reign, but later assertions about his baptism are uncorroborated by contemporary sources. Despite contemporary accounts and modern studies, however, some Russian historians claimed that Algirdas was an Orthodox ruler. The Kiev Monastery of the Caves commemorative book, underwritten by Algirdas' descendants, recorded his baptismal name as Demetrius during the 1460s. Following Wojciech Kojalevich and Makarios I, Volodymyr Antonovich writes that Algirdas took monastic vows several days before his death and was interred at the Cathedral of the Theotokos in Vilnius under the monastic name Alexius. Assessment: Algirdas balanced himself between Muscovy and Poland, spoke Lithuanian and Ruthenian, and followed the majority of his pagan and Orthodox subjects rather than to alienate them by promoting Roman Catholicism. His son Jogila ascended the Polish throne, converted to Roman Catholicism, and founded the dynasty which ruled Lithuania and Poland for nearly 200 years.